time streaming, so just kind of trying to test out the audio, see what I like best. You can do it from the computer, which I'm currently doing, and I just kind of got a little gaming headset. Or I can do it straight from my phone directly. So I'm going to try both ways, see what works best. But for this one, we're just going to go through my current collection. Just got a few cards here. I also have some off grading with PSA. So got 4 Aaron Rodgers rookie cards and a Joe Burrow orange disco that I'm pretty excited to see what kind of grades they come back with. So if you couldn't tell from the logo, pretty big Packer fan. Also got my Aaron Jones 10K wave shirt on. So yeah, I'm a big Packer fan, but all are welcome here. So without further ado, we'll just go into some of the cards that I got. Yeah. So we got Jonathan Hightower, and then if you look on the back here, this one is actually numbered out of 25. So this is actually a pretty sweet card. I actually just love the way Optic looks, and as you can see that shine in the background, these cards are just absolutely gorgeous. So I had to pick up one of those. Probably somebody I had high hopes for, but kind of hasn't shown up that well. Pulled this actually out of the only box of Prism basketball that I opened. Jaden McDaniels auto, rookie autograph. I still kind of have hopes that he can turn it around, but so far not looking great on that. And not terrible, far from bad, but hoping we can have him turn it around here a little bit. And then I do have a Trent Grisham. This is kind of a weird card because they made like 3 rookie cards for Trent Grisham. So they had one at San Diego, and I don't remember the other team off the top of my head, but this one just so happens to be numbered out of 50. Let's see if we can get that to zoom in here. There we go. Now you can see that. But yeah, so that's a pretty cool card. I just thought it was weird that they made like 3 different rookie cards for him. And then we got a couple of Bowman Chrome. Not that these are the biggest cards out here, but these are the cards you want to hold on to for a really long time. So, probably not the greatest people right now, but in a little bit, they do. In a little bit, they do turn around. So this one's actually numbered out of 199. And Julio Rodriguez's number is not numbered, but it is the Mojo refractor. So I have a bunch more chrome, none that are Mojo, just some Bowman's first chrome. But yeah, so holding on to those 2, we'll see where they go. This one's probably my favorite card that they've come out with recently. I had to pick one of these up, the Justin Herbert Clearly Donruss rated rookie cards. Yes, as you can see, the cat likes attention when I do streams for actual packs and stuff like that. I will have to, shut the basement door and stuff like that, so they won't be able to come down here. But for right now, it's fine. They just all want attention. But yeah, this is one of my favorite cards. The Justin Herbert, clearly authentic, or clearly Donruss. Just that clean, smooth look. You can see there's some stuff in the top loader there and stuff like that, but dude, they're just so sharp and so nice. I love those cards. Next one, when Mosaic first came out, I was not a huge fan of it. I thought it was kind of boring, kind of plain Jane, and then as it came out, more and more, I saw people with like full Mosaic collections, and then when that happened, I was like, okay, these cards are pretty sweet. So I started putting together little Mosaic like pairing and groupings and stuff like that, and and stuff like that. But the Aaron Rodgers ones, I didn't think that these would go for a lot. But even the inserts and stuff like that, this one's numbered out of 80, as you can see there, 45 out of 80. But even the inserts and stuff like that, they went for quite a bit of money. The Genesis and stuff like that is numbered out, or they're not even numbered, and they're going for like $250. So it's a little bit more than what I thought. And then when this year's Mosaic just came out, the new Super Bowl MVP insert, I like that one so much better. So I think what I'm going to have to end up doing is probably ditching the effort to put the Mosaic MVPs together. I originally decided to do it because 2020 he won MVP, and I thought it was cool that he had an MVP card. But I think I like the Super Bowl XLV trophy on there a lot more, and I'm going to end up probably trying to put together a pretty nice set of the Super Bowl inserts. So the next card we got up here, this is a 2012 Donruss Elite Prime Numbers. I've never seen another card come out like these. I absolutely love this. This one's numbered out of 149. So he had 4,643 passing yards the year before, I believe. And you can see there's some tape and stuff like that on the top loader. But yeah, I've never seen another card come out like this. These cards are absolutely awesome. And yeah, this is one of my favorite cards in my collection. All right, this one, I actually got it in a trade with something else. I wish the patches were a little multicolored, but still 3 Aaron Rodgers patches. The only unfortunate thing that I don't like about it, right there, player worn / used. They basically just put on a bunch of jerseys, take them off. Panini cuts them up and sells them. But still, nonetheless, I don't have a whole lot of jersey cards for Aaron, and it's numbered out of 75. And I just love this clean logo, nothing down there. And then there's actually an autograph version where, unfortunately, it's a sticker auto, but it goes right over there. And that actually looks super nice, too. So, and then came in the same pack as the Joey B Orange Disco. The Aaron Rodgers Orange Disco. It was like the perfect box for me. A huge rookie QB hit, that had the Packers hit in there. It was fantastic. So I actually already had a Justin Herbert just regular rookie card come out of that one. Got graded a 10. Went off and sold that. But yeah, so I'm hoping that my Joe Burrow Orange Disco comes out of 10 and that we get some good results with that. This next one, this one's a little controversial. There's a lot of people out there who refuse to collect unlicensed cards and stuff like that, but this is actually out of one of the boxes you can see right now, and I think just absolutely sweet cards. So I opened up 2 boxes of baseball Mosaic. I pulled this one out of here. This kid's got a good chance to be very good in the MLB in the future. And it is numbered 4 out of 10. So I just don't get how if you have a mega box and you can pull something like this out of it, that you can just hate the product overall. Like, this card looks clean. You put them in a collection, they're going to look awesome all together. I can definitely see there are certain cards that are like if you look at Shohei on there, like just that all this red and blankness and no logos, I can definitely see how that would turn people off. But if you look at a card like this, you can't even really tell it's unlicensed. Like, it looks sweet. Part of that is because he's a catcher, but I just think if you can pull some monster cards out of just regular old mega boxes, that there's no reason not to just go for it. They're cheap, they're a fun break, licensed or unlicensed. I think it's worth it. So Next card, Mr. Justin Herbert pulled out of the 2020 Select. I believe this is a blue die cut concourse. This is the premier level, sorry. So the concourse is the one below that, I believe. But yeah, I pulled this one out of a 2020 Select box, and then actually, it's funny because along with that one came another very good rookie quarterback who just won his first playoff game, Mr. Joe Burrow. Now, Joe Burrow might be one of my favorite quarterbacks. You know, I definitely think that Herbert is a little more talented, but Joe Burrow just gives off a little more of that blue collar kind of vibe, that hard worker, doesn't care what happens, nothing's gonna phase him kind of vibe, where Justin's kind of got more of that Aaron Rodgers, Kelly vibe. And, you know, being from the Midwest, you know, we just seem to connect more with the blue collar workers. So up next is a cool card. Like I was saying earlier about how you have to hold some of the Bowman prospects. This is still one. He's starting to gain a lot of traction. A lot of NBA polls, or MLB polls had him as the number one prospect and the number one for long-term value. So this is going to be a Wander Franco, silver rated prospect out of Donruss Optics. Another unlicensed product for baseball, but like I said, especially with how hard wax packs are to find nowadays and everyone gobbling them up the second they come out to the stores, sometimes you gotta, if you want to just open up a cheap break, you know, and open up some cards, just find the unlicensed baseball. There's some absolutely sweet cards in there, so they kind of get overlooked a little bit, especially if you're trying to do it with your kid. You know, that's a great product to rip open with your kid. It's cheap. You get some sweet hits in it, so they can definitely, players pan out, they're going to be worth money no matter what. So up next, probably the best baseball player we have seen since Babe Ruth. Now granted, he still has a lot to prove in terms of longevity, but we have a Shohei Ohtani Bowman rookie card from 2018. Now this is one card when the grading dies down a little bit, I'd like to send in to get graded. It looks pretty centered. It has super crisp corners, and I think that there's a very, very solid chance this corner right here down in the right might be a little soft, but it looks like it has a really good chance to pull off a 10. So pretty much the only people I grade with are PSA, and I just do that because I like the labels the most, to be honest with you. It's I think all of the grading companies are fairly good between I think it's SGC and Beckett and PSA. Like them all. Beckett Black Label is absolutely sweet, but the chances of you getting one, not good. So to go with just the gold gem mint or the PSA label, I just like the clean look of the PSA label a little bit better. So up here, another Bowman Chrome prospect, Blaze Jordan, supposed to be very, very good. We'll see what happens with them. He actually has the high school batting record, so you know, people have really high hopes. I think he's still in like AA or something like that, so he's got a long way before he makes it to the majors, but people are still buying up his cards. Stock's going up, and the kid hasn't even played one pitch in baseball field on professional level. So, well, I guess professional level, yes, but like in the MLB. So, and then one of my personal favorite running backs came out of Wisconsin. He was an absolute blast to watch at Wisconsin. We have a Jonathan Taylor, blue die cut checkered. Some people call this an X Factor. I don't think this is necessarily an X Factor. I saw a lot more postings about it being checkered. So let me know if you think that this is an X Factor or just a blue checkered. People seem to just describe it as whatever they see it as now. Doesn't seem to be any real rhyme or reason. But yeah, just having that connection to a Wisconsin guy, probably the best running back to come out of Wisconsin. And that's saying something too, because Wisconsin's had a lot of good running backs. For whatever reason, they always seem to be massive letdowns in the NFL. Glad Jonathan Taylor wasn't. I honestly thought Melvin Gordon was going to be more of a Jonathan Taylor type impact player. That dude was the biggest, fastest, strongest guy I'd ever seen. But, Jonathan Taylor's killing it out there. I hope he continues to do so. And then up here, another baseball prospect. So, I'm actually not a big baseball fan. I played baseball all the way up through high school. I umpired baseball for 8 years. I can't stand to watch it. It's too slow. It's too boring. Give me baseball, give me golf. I'll sleep through a round of golf on TV before I watch baseball. So, but I like holding on to the prospects. I usually just pick the names that everybody else knows. Because like I said, I'm not really into it. We have a Joey Bart Bowman anniversary autograph numbered out in 99. I actually didn't open this box at all. I actually just bought it off somebody. They were going for like $30 when these first came out, and I figured I'd just buy it. It seemed like a lot of people had high hopes on him. Now that Buster Posey's retiring, he's going to have a good shot at starting here. And so, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what he does in the MLB. Next up is my least favorite cards in my collection. You're going to laugh because they're Packer cards. And I'll explain why in a little bit. But I'm going to show you these cards first. So, I can't do the same thing I did last time. I told myself that there is absolutely zero chance that the Packers are going to draft back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks. The chances of that happening are almost none. So I didn't collect any Aaron Rodgers stuff when I was collecting memorabilia, when I was collecting cards. Just said, nope, he's going to be a bust. We'll go after the next one. I couldn't have been more wrong. These are my redemption at that. I absolutely despise Jordan Love. I think he's got a lot of talent. So it's not talent why I despise him. It's actually the timing. So, you get like 4 years on a rookie contract. You can do a 1-year extension, which brings you to 5 years total. There's a team option at the end. So after 5 years, which he's already in his second year right now, after 5 years, if Rodgers isn't ready to hang him up, we're just going to have to let him go. He'll go start for another team. Somebody is going to give him a chance. He hasn't looked great in his first few games, but Aaron didn't look great when he first started either, so you got to keep that in mind. These backup quarterbacks get no reps in practice. They practice with the second team. They don't really get a chance to hone in their skills. So I think to say that Jordan Love sucks or that he's not talented or anything like that is a little bit unfair, and I don't really think it's necessarily true. He could be good. He could be great. He could be awful. We don't really know. We haven't really given him time to figure out his game. But like I said, I absolutely hate him as a Packers collector just because, I think if Aaron decides to stay this year, there is a very good chance that the time clock to get Jordan Love to be a starter in Green Bay will run out, and then we'll have spent a first-round draft pick, spent 5 years investment to go have him play for another team, and then Aaron Rodgers retires shortly after that. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, there's a lot of time left. Maybe we do get him to start a couple years for or start it back up for a couple years, and then Rodgers retires or something like that, or Rodgers leaves this year's, and then it wouldn't be quite so bad for me. But I couldn't do the same thing. I couldn't just completely write off our rookie quarterback and not have at least a couple of cards of his. So next up is actually I would say my favorite Packer player of all time. He's not super well known. Well, he is very well known, but he's not like a Reggie White, Brett Favre. He actually only spent a couple of years with the Packers. So I'll show you this one. So this is a Casey Hayward Contenders rookie ticket. And you know what's kind of crazy? Contenders ticket, like rookie tickets and stuff like that, they used to be like a high-end football card. And I mean, these cards look absolutely amazing. I love the look of these cards. Hate the sticker auto. Get it out of there. Just have them sign the card. But, all in all, super clean. Great look to them. But yeah, so when I was in high school, we were doing some photo shop and stuff like that. Always been interested in that kind of stuff. Just some video editing in class and stuff like that. And I made like 3 or 4 printouts of Casey Hayward, edited them, took the pictures at training camp myself, actually, tagged him on Facebook. His agent reached out to me, said, yeah, man, Casey would love to sign those. Here's my email address. Hit me up. We'll see what we can do in terms of getting him signed. I'll make sure he gets them and gets them back to you. So like 4 or 5 months went by. I got random packages in the mail. I was like, what's this? Yeah, Casey signed every single one of them. Sent a letter with him. Super nice, super professional. So he just took the time to connect with me personally as a fan, and that's probably why he's my favorite player. So up next, this guy has the best attitude on the football field, par none. All right. Jamal Williams, immaculate, rookie autograph, numbered out at 25. Not only does this card look absolutely amazing, it's one of my favorite cards just in terms of design. It's so smooth and clean. But Jamal Williams is the absolute man, dude. He is so funny out there. He has more personality than maybe some whole teams do. So I love Jamal Williams. He's an awesome player. He works hard. Maybe not the most talented, but I definitely miss having him on the Packers. Seeing him dancing around on the sidelines, just bringing good energy. Something the Packers will have to do this Saturday. So, all right, up next, one of my favorite running back for the Packers, and then 2 absolute studs. So, we have a 2001 National Treasures game-worn authenticated 3-patch card. So we have Kurt Warner right there. We have Ahman Green in the middle, and then we have Terrell Owens on the end. And this card is numbered out of 25, but these are just 3 fantastic players. I absolutely love this card. It's funny because when you do a card like this and you put 3 people on it and you're a brand like National Treasures, you got to make sure these guys are good. So nobody wants to see like Kurt Warner, Terrell Owens, and Bryce Love on a card. So, you got to make sure that you do it right. And I love this card. I think it's perfect. So they nailed it on that one. This is my favorite Ahman card in my collection. At one point, I had probably over 500 Ahman Green cards. At this point, I have sold most of them off. The one I really regret selling was, this was before grading cards was like super big. There were still quite a few people who did it, but like the demand for it hadn't popped off. I didn't know how to get cards graded. I never knew. And I had an Ahman Green Metal Gems one of one, but it was one that was a backup in case the actual one of one got damaged. So it did not have one of one stamped on it. But the person I sold it to was integrating at the time, had it graded, got it authenticated, and it came back as a one of one. So those one of ones are actually two, one of two, two of two. I mean, they're just a little bit different because one doesn't have a stamp on it and one does. I really regret selling that card. I wish I never would have, but like I said at the time, like there's no way to prove that it was authentic. That it was a one of one, anything like that, that I was aware of. And I mean, grading cards just wasn't super popular back then. This is probably 8 years ago. So, card market has changed so much since then. But of the cards I do have left, this is the one that is my favorite for Ahman Green. It's a Top Finest Atomic Refractor. This card is numbered out of 50, I believe. Yeah, these cards, if you can find the right players on them, just go for an absolute ton of money. They're ones that you don't see pop up on eBay very often. They're just awesome looking cards. I love Topps Finest. I think it's a very good brand. That's funny because I don't love every card in it, but I feel like every year they make a card like this that is just absolutely beautiful, and everybody wants it. Up next, the man who had more broken fingers from Brett Favre than he probably cares to remember. We have Donald Driver. And, I mean, I just couldn't have a Packer collection without getting the man, Donald Driver, signature on one. This one is actually numbered out of 49. It's actually kind of funny. I'm surprised that Donald Driver cards don't go for more. I mean, not that there isn't a market, but he's pretty much like a Packer fan favorite, and that's about it. There's not much draw from the national spotlight for Donald Driver cards. It's pretty much just all Packer fans. But either way, I still love that card, and he has one of the best signatures. He takes so much time with it. Looks so clean. I love his autograph. Up next, Mr. Davante Adams, totally certified rookie card. He's got the rookie patch auto. This one is actually numbered out of 50, 41 of 50, as you can see there. But yeah, I mean, I really wish this card was green. So it had like kind of a smooth flowing all team color flow. But all in all, it's still a super sweet card. I love this card. And Davante Adams has been an absolute stud. It's funny, I bought this card probably like 3-4 years ago for like $12, and now he's an absolute monster, and I'm sure this card goes for a lot more. Oh, the man. I feel like I'm more of a defensive player, even though they don't go for a lot. I absolutely love this guy. He's probably one of the best lockdown corners in the game right now. Hopefully we get him back for Saturday. Jari Alexander, absolute monster, shuts people down. He has been such a big help in helping the Packers defense get better. We needed corners and safeties badly. We just could not have Kevin King out there anymore. Kevin King, loved the guy to death, plays with his heart on his sleeve. I will never say that man did not give it everything that he had, but he's just the talent level or the reads or something between his head within his confidence or something like that. It's not there for it. But, I mean, Kevin King plays with his heart on his sleeve, and I love seeing that, but we just needed to do better. And Jari Alexander, dude, he is an absolute stud. So Eric Stokes turning it on too, which has been an amazing pickup for us. Great draft pick. So hopefully they can stay healthy. Hopefully they can continue to continue to turn it on. Another part of the Packers secondary. Definitely going to just let you know I bought this solely based off of his name. I absolutely love that his last name is Savage. I don't have one right now, but at some point I will have a Darnell Savage jersey. Like, just having Savage on the back of your jersey is just so sweet. He's got an awesome last name, and I really like him as a player too. He doesn't make a whole lot of impact in terms of like turnovers or like huge hits or something like that, but you seldom see a mistake, and you need players like that on your team if you're going to make a run at the Super Bowl. People who just put their head down, do their jobs. They're not a liability, but they're also not a superstar. You need those role players on the team. And I love Savage. I think he's fantastic. This one I bought for the bottom more than the top. I bought it way after Mr. Brian Brom was out of the league, so somebody was selling it fairly cheap. I like the look of this card. I needed a Jordy Nelson in my collection. I'm just a sucker for Packer-themed cards. So anytime you can get the whole theme together, I really like the way that looks. Numbered out of 25. Oh, there you go. You can see how much I bought it for. They actually paid probably like 10 to 12 bucks for it. But, that's out of the 2008. But yeah, numbered out of 25. If only that was like an Aaron Rodgers, I would even take... Jordan Love on there. Not that that would ever happen. Have to be a card made like right now, like flashback. But yeah, still love the Jordy Nelson part of it. And Brian Brom, I'll take it. I like having obscure autographs that people don't really like, and collecting players that people don't really remember after they're gone. This one's a pretty sweet card. Deuce McAllister and Amon Green, numbered out of 50, the Ultimate Collection. What year is this card? I've had this one forever. 2004. Yeah, so this was probably when I was 16. I got into collecting cards. This was one of the first cards I had. I actually saved up money for quite a bit. I was a dumb young kid. I do not recommend doing this. Plus, there are plenty of other ways to do it now. But I didn't have a credit card, and there weren't any like local card shops around by me. So I sent somebody like $600 in cash to buy me 2 hobby boxes for my birthday. They bought them. They sent them to me. I also gave him like, I want to say it was like 20-40 bucks for just buying it and the hassle and everything. So it was a win-win for everybody. Turned out to be a great dude. But just don't recommend sending cash through the mail, first off. Secondly, to a stranger that you don't know. Like, that could have gone bad so many ways, but it didn't. I got very lucky, and with that, I opened up Andrew Luck cracked ice out of 99. At the time, he was like the biggest QB, him and RG3. That was one of the biggest cards you could pull outside of a one-of-one. That cracked ice was amazing. People loved it. They ate it up. Ended up selling that for like 650 bucks, something like that, 680. And started looking at Packer cards I wanted to collect, and found out Amon Green was an absolute monster for the Packers, but his cards were super cheap. So that's what started my Amon Green obsession. And since then, I've met Amon probably 7 or 8 times at different signings. He signs all the time. Met him twice at Lambeau. He was a coach for the Packers. He might still be. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so... love him on. He's a great dude. Always willing to have a conversation with you. So he was cheap and he was an absolute stud. So started collecting him. So that's one of the cards that has been in my collection for probably 10 to 12 years. All right, up next. Again, I love this guy's last name. I actually got both those cards together. So here we have his Prism Pulsar rookie card. Yeah, I mean, it's just, Prism is such a good product, man. Like the way those cards look, like they shine, they sparkle, they got the pizzazz if you want it. If you don't care for the pizzazz so much, they got those clean lines. And I mean, the autographs on there perfectly. I do think that is still a sticker if I'm seeing that correctly. Let me see here. Yeah, it's still a sticker auto, unfortunately. But either way, I love the look of those cards. Do wish, we didn't have like practice photos, but that's nitpicking at that point. All right, all time non-starting QB for the Packers, Tim Boyle, right here. That man is absolutely amazing. This guy thought he was going to get cut by the Packers, so he stayed out with the fans for like an hour to 2 hours, just soaking it all in, talking to them. They said, we're like, Tim, you gotta go to meetings. He's like, no, if I go to meetings, I might get cut. Like, I want to enjoy this. I'm staying out here for a little bit. Basically, just wanted to soak it all in and talked with a bunch of us who had stayed. Talked for us for like a long time, and he was just an awesome dude. He was joking around, very funny, down to earth. I absolutely love him as a quarterback. Don't think he's probably ever going to be a starting quarterback, but you never know. Someone might give him a chance, but I love him. If I could have a game used jersey by him, I will probably be my favorite thing in my collection, and it's not even really worth that much. I just absolutely love the person underneath the pads, and I feel like that would be me if I was ever going to get cut, if I was good enough to be in the NFL. So I love Tim Boyle. Up next, we kind of already went over this guy. Here's just a different Casey Hayward. So I just grabbed all the ones that I have. Some of those are for holding on to and resale. Most of the Packer ones that you see, this one's numbered out of 25. They go up on stands and they get displayed. So I'm going to have a part two coming up to my collection. I'm kind of, the main goal for these aren't really to show you the cards that I have. It's really to test the audio, see me going live, see how it looks, for me to get practice talking into the microphone. Since we're trying to start the business up here, that's really the main goal of this live stream. So the going through cards, having a conversation with you guys, those are just the perks. So right here, we got a John Kuhn numbered out of 99. Kuhn, one of my favorite things to hear at Lambeau. Absolutely amazing. I just love how they turned his last name into a cheer. This is a Pro Bowl card for him. He was well deserving of the Pro Bowl, and by that I mean there was about 3 other fullbacks in the NFL, and he was my favorite at the time that actually got used. So that's it. That's my entire collection. I had a few more baseball cards sitting around. In another video, I do have a couple of a mail day to open up for you guys that I'm saving, but I got to get through the just phone audio test first. That'll be going over all my memorabilia that I have, which actually brings me to the point why I wanted to become a sports cards breaker. As you can see, nothing in my collection is super like high-end valuable. I don't have a whole lot of National Treasures, Immaculate. I don't have any like $8,000 to $10,000 cards, anything like that. At most I have a couple $100 cards. And so I just found out, like, I love opening up boxes of cards. I think it's super exciting. It's a lot of fun. But with that, I just don't really have the urge to keep them. Generally, everything I open, just try to get rid of, and they take up a lot of space. You get a lot of base cards, stuff like that. So the base cards and the space isn't going to be helped with this, but for some reason, memorabilia is what I collect, what I keep around, and cards are just something that I find super fun to open. So, if we can go open up some cards, have a blast. Other people get to keep them. That's the win-win for me. I get to open them up. You guys get to keep them. And I have fun. You guys have fun. So that's what started all of this, and we'll see where it goes. But I just want to thank you for hanging out with me for the last 40 minutes. If you guys do want to buy any wax, I do have a ton here. I'll show you all the product that I have right now. So we have some NBA Illusions blaster. We have we have 2 NBA Illusions, 3 NBA Flux. I have 4 Topps Chrome blasters. I have 5 MLB Mosaic blasters. Like I said, people are sleeping on those. There's some sweet cards in them. I like them. I think they're great. I have Don Russ mega boxes. I have 4 Absolute Football mega boxes if you want to go kaboom hunting. The one thing I did say, I told myself I was going to set a budget and stick to retail in terms of buying product for right now until we can build up a following. Because, I mean, honestly, if I would have put all this money into a hobby box, I mean, I would have had 1 to 2 boxes for you guys to pick from. Maybe you guys would have liked that more. I don't know, but I wanted the selection at least to start. If you guys end up wanting hobby boxes, let me know. I'll see if I can work my magic and get some of those in. I can always sell these on the secondary market. I'm sure I can find buyers. So, yeah, I mean, whenever we build up a following here, we'll definitely get this going. I'll price out some boxes, or I'll price all of these out so we're ready to go. But I appreciate you hanging with me, and if you ever want to buy something, you can shoot me a message on Facebook. We can do a live stream ripping open the box, and I can get it shipped out for you. I just spent a lot of money on supplies and stuff like that, so I got top loaders, team bags, bubble mailers, all that good stuff. So we are prepped and ready to go here and very excited for the future. So thanks for joining me. Have a good one.